Calendars are filled with appointments, the dentist, an eye exam, a mammogram, but something that may fly under your radar is bone health. And here to talk with us this morning about that topic is Dr. Kurt Shear. So this is something that affects millions of people, right?
Absolutely, yeah. In fact, 53 million Americans are affected by osteoporosis or low bone mineral density. So it's a significant number.
And that's a huge number, right? And it's something that you think elderly when you think of osteoporosis, but that's not necessarily the case, right?
It's true. Typically that is what we think, but there are a lot of people that have risk factors that make them have bone mineral density that's a lot less than what they should have at an earlier age. So people, for example, that have rheumatoid arthritis, or they're on long-term steroids, or they have chronic renal disease or chronic kidney disease, their risk factors go up, and then their bone mineral density can be weaker, and then all those complications that come from it, like hip fractures and spine fractures, that goes up.
So those are some of, the risks, but what about some of the signs? Would anything alert you?
Yeah, so what's scary about it is that it's known as the silent killer.
Okay.
And the reason why is because sometimes it's too late. You first know about it because you break your hip or you break a vertebral body, so a bone in your spine. So those are the main risk factors, and the way to the main ways that people can find out about it before it's too late. But the way to prevent that is by getting a DEXA scan, a bone mineral density scan.
So what does that look like? What does that feel like for someone who's never had one?
So first off, I think the main thing people always want to know is how long does it take?
Yes.
So usually 15 to 20 minutes is the standard for that. Okay. What you do is you go into a machine, and the machine, DEXA, dual energy X-ray absorbitometry is what it stands for. It basically has different energy X-ray beams that go through you, and by doing that, they're able to calculate what is the density of your bone. By doing that, by figuring out the density of your bone, they can give basically a risk percentage of what your chances of fracturing a bone.
Does it hurt?
So, it does not hurt at all.
Okay, that's one of the other questions, right? Okay, so we've all been told to drink milk, calcium, that's the big thing. What else should you be doing?
Yeah, so diet is huge. Okay. So vitamin D, calcium, lean proteins, healthy fats are important. Another thing that people forget about too is actually exercise. And the reason why is because when you do those weight-bearing exercises, you're putting good stress on the bone. So the bone has a chance to get stronger and reinforce itself. Okay. So those are the two biggest things. And then the other things that are really important too are kind of the risk factors that you can avoid, reducing them. So tobacco use, alcohol use, those are some of the big ones.
Okay. All right. Some good information from Dr. Kurt Shear. Thanks so much for talking to us.
Thank you for having me.